here, pandemonium in Sacramento.
A Wednesday night matchup with massive implications for the playoff push as New Mexico comes to the California's capital. Welcome you inside Heart Health Park. Tonight's contest is brought to you by UC Davis Health, alongside former Republic midfielder Adam Moffitt. I'm Rob McAllister, and this is a big one here, Adam. New Mexico United. They need 3 points tonight to likely remain in the playoff picture. They hope to use that 3-0 victory over Sacramento earlier this year to do just that. Meanwhile, for the Republic, they hope to avenge the worst loss of the season. If they can do that, earn 3 points, they'll be at the top of the USL Championship with Pittsburgh at 57. Probably expecting a pretty aggressive match here tonight.
Both teams have to go for it. The 3 points are there. Republic want to finish first overall in the standings, and this is a chance at home in front of their fans that they can do it. For New Mexico United, it's not an easy road to the end of the season for them. Here at Republic, they head to Pittsburgh at the weekend, and then they still got to play Phoenix, Louisville, and Memphis. They need 3 points, and they would love to get another victory like they did last time out against Republic. 3-0, convincing victory. I think it'll be a little different tonight, but big game ahead of us.
All right, let's take a look at some key players brought to you by Western Health Advantage. Luis Felipe, the hero on Saturday night.
He came up big time for this team in the last seconds of the game. Great to see him fully healthy, still building back on getting to that form he was at the start of the season, but he's so good arriving late in the box. Look for him tonight to continue that.
Got 6 goals on the season. Meanwhile, Sergio Rivas having a pretty good season as well. They've got a lot of crafty players, and Rivas has been good. He's one who's played off the ball quite a bit and has really made an impact.
Picks up those positions kind of further up the field in the midfield, behind the defensive line. You always got to keep an eye on him. Moreno, no Portillo tonight, so Sergio Rivas might have to just up it a little bit, get on the ball, and make things happen for this New Mexico United side.
Well, the United are currently 4 points out of the playoff picture. It is going to be a serious fight to get that final 8, and we might go down the very last weekend, but tonight, Sacramento has a great chance to start to separate themselves with second place San Antonio. Big one tonight in the capital city. Don't miss it. Our starting lineups are coming up next.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex, plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by UC Davis Health and by Western Health Advantage. Here's our Los Rios Community College District starting 11. We begin with the Sacramento Republic, a 3-4-3 of sorts. Different lineup, maybe a more creative lineup, trying to give some guys some rest as they have a very busy week.
Busy week, and also, I mean, you look at the two up top, Keko, Christian Pirano, they came in and had a massive impact midweek, and they get the start tonight. It's the end of the season. It's been a long season, but I like that lineup from this Republic side.
Pretty incredible. Sacramento able to make so many changes, and there's no drop-off when they do. Meanwhile, for United, big match tonight. They're going to try to find 3 points, and they're going to go with a 4-2-3-1 of sorts. A couple of new players in there, including Zico Bailey. And you look at, they've got a lot of creative players as well. This could be a very exciting matchup. Tempo, guys looking to make some moves. So there's their lineup, as we'll see the boys in yellow. It's New Mexico headed to the north end, Republic headed to the south end. A beautiful evening in Sacramento. Slight breeze. Our referee tonight is Alexis De Silva, and there's the whistle. And here we go from California's capital to the Republic. It's the United in the home stretch. Each team trying to gain some ground. The playoffs, United trying to get there. Sacramento trying to get to the top. Here's Keko, hero on Saturday. Had a cross to Luis Felipe and put away the game winner in the 94th minute against El Paso. New Mexico sitting at 36 points, Sacramento at 54. Here's Felipe crossing this ball in, looking for Herrera, takes a couple of bounce, and Sacramento screaming for handball. Meanwhile, it's Moreno who will continue to go all the way down the field. And he's cleared by Nick Ross. What do you expect here early?
Saw a challenge there from Nick Ross. He had to get that right. I think it's going to be a lot of energy, pretty aggressive both sides. New Mexico United, just see the way they're setting up, a lot of players up high. You spoke about Zico Bailey, he's dangerous on the ball.
Former Los Angeles Galaxy homegrown player found his way to MLS with FC Cincinnati. Ball over the top, quick tap, Rivas looking for Moreno. Moreno tried the big swing. And it seems like United, they don't have much to lose, do they, Adam? They can't earn just a point tonight. They're probably going to need to get 3 if they want to find themselves in the postseason a couple of weeks from now. Well, here's our inactive report brought to you by Delta Dental. A couple of players, and there's a replay of that handball as it goes up just a bit close there on Moreno. But here's our inactive report. For Sacramento, we know Ferdy Sosa will be out for the season, unfortunately. And no Arnold Lopez because of the yellow card accumulation. Also on the other side, Justin Portillo, big loss. He's on suspension as well because of yellow card. And Chris Wien, one of the best players in New Mexico's history, also not in the 18 tonight. Shane Wheat, fantastic against El Paso, Adam. Big mistake here. Borgelin trying to get to it.
Commentator's curse right there. Shane Wheat doesn't get that clearance right, bounces off a player. Falls to Borgelin, he just can't quite get a shot off in time. Sacramento early, they've got Keko, they've got Pirano underneath Sebastian Herrera. And to utilize them to their maximum, you have to find them with the ball at the feet. They're not the fastest players, but when they're facing forward, they have the ball at their feet, they can make things happen. And that's them getting building a little partnership with Sebastian Herrera up top.
We've seen very few teams be this aggressive, really, since the early part of the season. Most teams have elected to sit back against Sacramento. Not the case for a United team, as Eric Quill trying to get this team to the postseason. Took over midway through the year here. Finding Nicky Hernandez, plays it right to Bailey. Bailey all over the pitch early in this one, crossing this one into the chest. And we'll see the corner as Lee Desmond sends it away in the first Atlas disposal corner kick of the evening. High tempo early here in the first 4 minutes of action. Ricky Hernandez, 3 goals, 2 assists on the year. Made 24 appearances for San Antonio. He was with Eric Quill at North Texas. It's been a crucial part here in 2023. This one's low, easy enough for Pirano. Keko does all he can, and Nick Ross smartly just sends it up the pitch. Here's Andrew Thomas getting his 4th consecutive start after coming on loan from the Seattle Sounders. He was the 4th goalkeeper on the depth chart, got some minutes with Tacoma, but they wanted to see if he could play at the next level after playing in MLS Next. And this is an opportunity for Andrew Thomas to see if he can make an impact. Look at Keko weaving all the way through, getting past Sam Hamilton. Here's Villader, did not play, was not in the 18 on Saturday. Back on the wing tonight. Shane Wee.
Sacramento being patient with the ball. It wasn't on the right. Now cycling it out to the left, and again, see if they can move this New Mexico United back line. Who give up some goals.
Pirano so good in traffic. Finding Keko. Keko being held. Keko trying to stay on his feet and keep possession, and does. Finding Gurr. Gurr's onside. Gurr in the 18. Maybe too many touches there. And off the line, but cleared. It'll still be a corner kick.
You're spot on there. I think Jack Gurr has to play that first time. Sebastian Herrera, the one thing I will say, I think he might have crept offside. I don't know if that's maybe why Jack Gurr took his touch. But it was nicely weighted in behind from Keko. And this is where add in Sebastian Herrera, Luis Felipe, and then you bring up the center backs, all 3 of them. You give yourself a real good shot of getting a goal from there.
Danny Vidiello back in the goalkeeper duties tonight. Vidiello making his 26th start of the year in the run for the Golden Glove, which he won a couple of seasons ago in a foul against New Mexico. Here's Nick Ross, good to see him healthy again, especially with Lopez out and Matt LaGrassa not in. Here's Gurr whipping this ball in, and just a bit too heavy, and easy enough for Andrew Thomas as Herrera is crashing back post.
I think Jack Gurr's going to get a lot of time and space on this right-hand side tonight. Amando Moreno, number 10 for New Mexico United, fantastic player going forward, but he's been almost put in that left wing-back spot. Against a player like Jack Gurr, you got to track back a lot. If you don't give him time and space, we know he can create havoc.
I think the energy level that New Mexico is displaying right now, can they sustain that? Will be the big question, and I think they're going to have to. Connor Donovan heading it to Keko. Keko with Zico Bailey right behind him. And a whistle comes in. We'll celebrate the passion of the beautiful game, our latest collection. Collaboration with local artists and co-founders and co-directors. Azul's Design Studio, the newest addition to the team store, is a vibrant fusion of culture, sport, and design. Grab yours online, shop.sacrepublicfc.com. Gurr cutting it. Look at this from Felipe. Pirano is taken down the box. Herrera picks it up, and the flag is offside. The ball would have not counted anyway. That ball popped right up to Keko. What a combination to Felipe to Christian Pirano. And a bit of contact in the box there, Adam.
Yeah, it was a good challenge, but I think that the referee isn't calling the offside on Keko. It was actually on the ball getting to Herrera, but it wasn't played by Pirano. So he shouldn't have been, he missed it anyway. The ball didn't go in the back of the net, but the referee put the flag up saying Herrera was offside. Shouldn't have been the case. The ball was not played forward by Christian Pirano. And it was a really well-timed challenge. It had to be. And you just saw a combination again. Jack Gurr getting a lot of time on this right-hand side. And Christian Pirano, that's where he's so dangerous. Running at the opposition, heading into the 18-yard box.
Pirano coming to Sacramento, signing from San Antonio after the black and silver, making multiple changes throughout their lineups, and there's really no spot for a guy like Christian Pirano, and you've talked about it, maybe fits better here with the Sacramento style anyway. And so Pirano seeing if he can add to his total here with the Republic. He is quite a dynamic player. As Kecko, this one bounces favorably to Astorga, the newest signing for New Mexico, who's available just today, making his first start with the first team. Played a bit with the U23s. He's been basically on trial with the club for several months, and Eric Quill liked what he has seen, and he's getting a start tonight in a key matchup. Herrera. Double team. Zico Bailey all over the pitch. This New Mexico side handing the Republic the biggest defeat of the season, a 3-0 victory. Republic missing some key players in that one. Back at Isotopes Park. And Mark Briggs challenging his side, saying this team made you look about as bad as you could possibly look this season. How are we going to answer back? How are we going to avenge that loss?
That should spark a few things in you. As a player, that's not something you want to hear from the coach. It's the truth, and I don't think any of them are denying that. And
Villader in stride, slamming just in between is Herrera. Villader still going. Herrera waiting, but the cross from Villader is denied by New Mexico, and here comes another corner kick for the Sacramento Republic.
Nice play with Dami Villader. Driving forward, gets his team a corner kick. And just another chance for these big center backs, midfielders, strikers, to try and get their head on something.
A lot of movement, short corner instead. Pirano cutting it back to Kecko. Kecko's got space. Right foot this time, a bit too heavy, and sails into the stand. So no Russell Cicerone or Rodrigo Lopez in the starting 11. They are on the bench tonight, but with a match at Colorado Springs on Saturday, you imagine that Mark Briggs see if they can get up big early here and maybe rest some of the other guys, get fully ready. But it's an interesting game at this point. This will be the last time the Republic play 3 games in 8 days. This one's for Zico Bailey, but Lee Desmond will shield it. So sort of an interesting move. How do you navigate through keeping guys healthy while also rested? Playing in altitude on Saturday is going to have an impact. So will guys like Jack Gurr play the full 90? We see Luis Felipe come off early. We'll have Arnold Lopez back on Saturday.
Some tough decisions, and ideally you put yourself in a spot where you wrap up a game early enough that you can possibly rest players a little bit in these games. There's so much at stake. The 3 points is massive. I think Kecko's going to be called for that. He didn't look at the ball. He was just looking at the man the whole time.
Kalen Ryden able to draw the foul. And the same for New Mexico here. If they're able to pick up a couple of goals, will we see some substitutions come in as they travel to Pittsburgh on Saturday? It does not get easier for this United team, who's looking to find that final spot. They're 4 points behind the bottom 3 right now. And that is Monterey Bay, Colorado Springs, and Oakland, all with 40 points. The Monterey Bay in action tonight. Here's a Norman, Oklahoma native finding Yearwood. He's been with New Mexico since 2019. Donovan's got space. Donovan is taken down, but Luis Felipe's advantage is played. Will continue the run forward. Christian Pirano ends him some space and able to just get there before is Kalen Ryden. And I think Pirano's saying thank you. He loved where it was, just maybe just a tad ahead. Mark Briggs talked about shoring up that final piece. He loved everything he saw in El Paso. It's just that final play opportunity that he felt like could be a little bit sharper, and wants to see if they can make the game a little bit more simple Villader crossing to his right. Favor looking for Herrera. Cleared by New Mexico.
They had a really good chance there, Sacramento, and I just don't think Luis Felipe had to play that ball. Keko, great work by him. Zico Bailey picks the ball up in a really dangerous area, but that's what Keko brings you. He's a feisty little guy, loves to just get in about it. He's not the biggest in stature, but he definitely wins that ball back a lot.
Massive impact. Came back for the ball. Jack Gurr, big whiff, oh my. But he's able to find Pirano anyway. Pirano, this one takes a deflection. A couple of fantastic services late in that game as he came in as a substitute. Just such a low center of gravity, able to stay on his feet, still dribbling, finding Herrera now. Herrera's gonna just put it right back in the mix. In comes Pirano, and now here's Lee Desmond who continues to fight for it. Herrera is there, Pirano will try to get back on side, and now Jack Gurr, unable to find a man, will concede the corner.
Pressure's mounting from Sacramento. Just not giving New Mexico United any chance to kind of relieve the pressure, get the ball up. It's going to be another set piece. A couple of good challenges in there, and they had to be Sam Hamilton and Christian Pirano. That's a couple times Pirano's just been half a second off.
Keko delivering. Herrera, excuse me, that's Felipe. Keko picking up his 7th assist on the year. He's 3rd best in the USL Championship. Well, 2024 season ticket membership deposits are on sale. Establish your priority. Select the best seats for the 24 and access all 24 memberships. Place your $50 deposit today. Secure the playoffs as well. Ticket priority, all for you, and much more discounted pricing. Head to the website, sign up. Slipping and falling. There was an event at this stadium on Sunday, and the turf took quite a beating. It was not like this on Saturday, Adam. Zico Bailey using his pace. Bailey trying to feed it through to Rivas. It's been quiet. Bailey's been quite active. He's just going to go for it, and it's over the head of Danny Vidiello.
Why not? Zico Bailey, the wall of Sacramento Republic players that can't play through it. Why not take a little pop? Sometimes that'll then force the midfielders, defenders to step up next time, and it could open up some gaps for you.
Felipe. Keko. Scott Gurr to his right. A little bit soft. And Yearwood able to come to it. And here's Moreno flying forward. Jack Gurr. He's got Pirano. Quick tap, little give and go. And Yearwood is all over it. Without Justin Portillo, what does this mean for this New Mexico side? He's really a player that can do just about anything. Meanwhile, we'll wait for that. It's Gurr into the 18. Gurr looking for a teammate. We'll send it right over the top. Here comes Andrew Thomas. So Portillo, good defensive midfielder, also able to get his team sort of in that attack.
He's a really good anchor in the midfield, Portillo. He just sits in front of the back, shields them, and then the distribution that he offers. He can make from really, really deep, and it's hard to replace a player like that. We see Sam Hamilton's in there tonight in that deeper line role, who's been playing it right back as of late. And Sam Hamilton has no problem winning that ball back. And he's a physical player. He's a good player. He's comfortable on the ball, but maybe just not quite as creative as Portillo.
Armando Moreno, he wants it tonight, doesn't he? You can just see him doing everything he can, and Sacramento has kept an eye on. Mark Briggs talked about number 10 being a key figure and someone they're going to have to spot all night long, and you see the double team constantly coming as number 10 tries to make a move upfield.
And just as this Jack Gurr is taking a lot of space on there. Austin Yearwood's playing at left back, but he's tucked in really, really tight. And Amando Moreno does not want to go back there. He doesn't want to waste his energy running back the way he wants to utilize it going forward.
Easier to do at Isotopes Park, where they share with the AAA baseball team. It's a much harder, and this team has not been very good on the road. Just 3 wins, 8 losses, and 3 draws. Here's Rivas. Lee Desmond. As Nicky Hernandez is able to control for New Mexico. Jalen Ryden and Will Seymour are going to be asked to do a lot tonight, as they're going to send a lot more bodies forward, trying to pick up goals. Rivas, Albuquerque, New Mexico native, just sailing this one. Choosing the right health plan for you and your family is simple with Western Health Advantage. Check out their affordable plans. They've been helping keep the community strong for more than 25 years. Go online to westernhealth.com. Turnover here by Sacramento, too easy. Give and go, back and forth. Amando Moreno trying to get to it in the 18. It'll skirt out, but the possession remains. Here comes Pirano to help. May have been last touched by New Mexico, and it is a Republic escape.
They do, and it was Nicky Hernandez a little bit too heavy on his give and go with Amando Moreno. It takes a little bit of weight off that pass back to Moreno. He's through on goal, and that comes off the turnover. Lee Desmond trying to thread the needle in the midfield, and then straight away New Mexico is trying to pounce on you.
Herrera's whistle for the foul against Sam Hamilton. Hamilton's played all over the pitch for New Mexico. He's played center back, defensive midfielder, and very critical to what they also try to do. And having a versatile player like that is quite rare. Sacramento have had to rely on guys like that in the past. We've seen a little bit of that of Lee Desmond moving sort of the left wing back position. Sacramento looking for their 10th win at home this year.
There's a good wind headed in towards Danny Vitiello here, so the right foot. And you see little flicks like that can cause a lot of trouble if you put enough pace on it. That one comfortable enough for the goalkeeper. Jack Gurr is in acres of space on this right-hand side if he can be found.
They're playing into the wind now, but that'll be really helpful. A little bit of haze hanging around. Some fires up in way north in California, Oregon areas, causing a bit of smoke throughout the valley and the Bay Area today. Pirano flying forward. He's got 2 bodies on top of him, and Hamilton just can't contain him. He is so difficult to defend. Out to the left it goes. This one's going to be cut back again by Dami Villader, and can't get past Astorga. As Astorga is able to turn him. Quick tap again, Felipe finding Keko. Keko's tucked all the way and he's going to switch the field. Here's Gurr. Going to need some recycling runs here. May have to relieve to Wheat, and does. Wheat finding Keko. Keko bounces off the top of his chest. It will remain possession. Moreno is able to get a foot in there, and New Mexico coming clear for a moment, but Nick Ross right back to Jack Gurr. Gurr into some space for Keko. Keko's going to cross this one, and it's denied, and it's sent out of play. Keko's dropped. The Republic bench hoping for more, and they won't get it. Andrew Thomas has a goal kick.
Just tangled up. Really good passage of play. Nick Ross keeping it alive in the midfield. Straight away, right down the middle, and Keko just couldn't quite stay on his feet here. As Kalen Ryden went to ground.
New Mexico quite aggressive just a few nights ago. Benny, Indy 11, 3-2, 16 shots, 7 on target. They pull away with the victory late. On a busy week, and they're going to try to continue that success. Rivas will work to the right side, now plays it forward to Zigo Bailey. Bailey all the way out. Here comes Rivas again. This is an opportunity, bouncing around. Borgelin was right there waiting just outside the 6 for an opportunity.
That ball came off Shane Wheat's arm as well. No one made too much of an issue of it.
Moreno looking to his right, denied by Connor Donovan. Good defending by Jack Gurr. And the crowd showing their appreciation for number 2. This ball was sent all the way back to Andrew Thomas. We haven't had an up and down match like this in quite some time, or usually it's the last 15 minutes of a game, Adam. Crystal Creamery's been building strong bones and bodies of the freshest dairy from Central Valley 1901, taking pride in delivering dairy you can trust. Grab a glass, taste how fresh, local, and simple. Local and fresh.
It's been a relatively back and forth game so far. I'd say Sacramento's maybe edged the possession, but neither goalkeeper's been challenged as of yet. No shots on target.
Monterey Bay up over San Diego 1-0 at the moment.
Well played by Austin Yearwood, kept it alive. Maybe would prefer the whistle not to go there.
Bailey looking for Moreno. Jack Gurr is going to head this back to Danny Vidiello. Moreno quite dangerous last time these two teams met. A goal and assist in the win. Turnover, New Mexico. Can Sacramento capitalize here? Keko's going to get on the outside. Cross comes in, down low, looking for Herrera, and Ryden able to tuck in.
Keko just wanting a runner across the front post. Doesn't get it and ends up being an easy enough clearance from New Mexico. And Jack Gurr is gonna be able to play a big part in this game if he continues to get the time and space done this right like he is.
Herrera doing a nice job holding here, and it will be Republic ball. Throwing right in front of Mark Briggs on the Republic bench. Mark Briggs picking up victory number 100 earlier this year, his coaching career. Sacramento's now won 2 straight by 1-0 scores. Still one of the best defensive teams in the USL Championship. A goal differential right now of +23 at them. San Antonio getting close, but Republic have a chance to create some ground. This ball is going to hang around that end line, and this will be a goal kick, a wasted opportunity for Sacramento.
Well done in the end by Astorga. Just comes back off Luis Felipe. But what's surprising is that the Republic, 3 of them coming against this New Mexico United side. And Sacramento started off 6 clean sheets in the first 7 games.
Well, and you've only allowed 22 goals in 29 matches. I mean, it's quite a feat. And 3 was to this team right here. I mean, most of these games have been just 1 goal, and the fact that they're not only defending well but scoring on the other end has made it quite a headache for their opponent.
And you'll see you've Danny Vitiello in here tonight. Those last 2 clean sheets have come. Carlos Saldana has been in the net, and that is a foul.
And Borgelin.
A little bit late on Connor Donovan.
Borgelin coming on loan from Inter Miami, and with this stoppage and a conversation taking place between the two here. First we'll have our US Bank replay, and then we'll take a moment to hear from our sponsor at SMUD.
With SMUD rebates, you'll save big. Save money and save the planet for generations to come. Get rebates up to $3,500 from SMUD on clean power appliances, electric vehicles, and much more at cleanpowercity.org.
Whistle there. Sacramento was hoping to have it played advantage as Jacker was flying down that right wing, but this will be a set piece here into the win for Sacramento.
Anyone's noticed? Second ball on there. Herrera does.
Pirano and Kecko will step over this. Nick Ross, the lone man, back. Probably trying to get their timing down. The whistle will come in.
That's exactly the area you want to put that in, Kecko. No one running there. The ball had stopped, but there's a big window between where the goalkeeper is and where the defense have lined up. And you just want to give your guys a chance. You got to time your run, make sure you're not offside. Too close to the goalkeeper, he comes and claims it. Not deep enough, and it's that front man can clear it. They might just switch it up here, see where that first one went.
It'll be the left-footed Pirano here. Pirano with an assist in his debut with Sacramento. He'll take this one over to Kecko to the right side. This one's going to be dropped right back in, short corner. Didn't really quite work. Excuse me, a short opportunity, and now here comes another counter in New Mexico. Rivas quickly. Well, now he'll pause.
Storga was running so fast, the shin guards flew off there. Never happened to me.
Because you duct taped them on.
That's, yeah, they were on tight. I needed those things.
Ball played back a little bit too softly as Herrera comes and applies pressure, and Andrew Thomas is going to send this ball all the way to Danny Vidiello. Sacramento currently in first in the Western Conference, but the battle between Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, and Sacramento very much alive in terms of who is going to end up #1 overall seed, each with a possible 69 points on the season. Jacker putting Moreno down. Look at Gurr trying to just thread it through, and does. Kecko able to get to it. And Sacramento's flying forward. Pirano, Kecko to his right, Herrera ahead of it. He'll find #7. He'll go right for goal, and Andrew Thomas stands his ground. Not a bad look, though. He went for the easiest option.
He actually wasn't shooting that one, Kecko. He was looking to try and hit Sebastian Herrera at the far post and didn't get it quite right. And goes right into the hands of the goalkeeper, Andrew Thomas. But it was a really good counter, and you saw Pirano, just the way he commits the defender, which then allows just the timing between him and Kecko was really, really good.
Hamilton playing this one forward, Zico Bailey.
Not afraid to shoot, Zico Bailey.
And now he's drawn his second foul tonight, too. And a booking has been shown. Maybe too many fouls.
Might have been jawing at the referee a little bit.
It's the first one of the night for either team.
From here, the left-hand side, this is where Sacramento, if it's not on, they got to come back around and see how quickly they can get the ball to Jack Kerr, and it's going to be a foul against Dami Villadares that ran away from him.
Zico Bailey now on notice. He's going to be a bit cautious the rest of the way. A lot of space here for Rivas. Rivas trying to find Bourgelin early on here, and Bourgelin has it clean by Donovan, and now Sacramento's Pirano looking to counter, finds Herrera here. Keko takes a step back. He's got Felipe. Felipe dumped it off to Gurr. Gurr crossing in. Near post run from Herrera. Timing wasn't there, and Andrew Thomas able to pluck it away again.
Again, just that final ball goes straight into the hands of Andrew Thomas. Republic getting some good spots, but here go New Mexico down the other way.
And Sacramento's going to need to get back in a hurry. This one's crossed all the way to Moreno. Moreno to his left, to his right, going to chop this one back, just missing wide by about an inch. Is Sacramento defensively a bit of a breakdown, and Moreno nearly finding goal number 10 on the year.
And that's all he was thinking about as soon as he was making that run. When he received the ball, how can I shift it onto my right and get a free shot? And he does great, just shift to the right, pulls his shot. Danny Vitiello, I think, had it covered, but that's how dangerous this New Mexico United side can be. Go from one end to the other.
And a whistle comes in as Will Seymour holding on to the back of Herrera. 36 points. Teams currently in 8th have 40. So again, a point is not going to do this New Mexico side very much good in terms of finding themselves in the postseason, especially with the schedule they have. They need to make a serious run.
They get the hardest run in of anyone.
I think you're right. Pirano. Poke from behind, good defense.
What I will say is if they do make it from the playoffs from here, you probably think they're one of the hottest teams. They're 4 points out of it right now. They're playing the 2 top teams in the whole league. Phoenix is one of the hottest teams, and Keko might find himself with a yellow here. He does.
It's interesting to see where these matchups will all end up. I mean, you think about where Oakland was just a month ago. Now they could fall all the way to 8th by the end of the next weekend.
I don't think it's deliberate from Keko, but anytime the players run in there, and he's trying to say, hey, I didn't mean to kick him, he just clipped his feet. But Mickey Hernandez, 25 yards up from goal, driving towards you, and you commit a foul, you run the risk of getting a yellow card. And I think Austin Yearwood with the left foot here, using the wind, he's going to whip this ball like we saw from that opposite side about 10 minutes ago. And you're just looking for a glance from anyone. If it's a good enough ball, it could come off a defender or one of your players.
Yearwood driving this one well, sent away by Danny Vitiello. Taking no chances there, but a good looking opportunity for New Mexico has now turned into a second one in a corner. As Zico Bailey takes the jog to the corner. No score through 37 plus.
How's that on superhero night? Superman, Danny Vitiello comes out, takes no chances.
Wind blowing into the face of Bailey here. This ball's dropped right on the 6. Bourgelin came crashing in, and the crowd letting Danny Vitiello hear it. Nice effort there. Pirano getting right through his defender, playing it out to Herrera. Herrera's going to try the cross instead, and Keko is going to try to keep this in play, and he does. Keko, one more step, cross coming, looking for Gurr, who was waiting, and Yearwood is able to step back into the 6 and make the play. Now it's Moreno, a bit of trouble as Sacramento defenders will need to make an opportunity. Get back after that chance, no good. Zico Bailey now. Bailey going to his left foot, gets it to his right. And New Mexico player is down in the box. Looks like Bourgelin, but the Republic will move it forward. Kecko making the move to the left side against Seymour. Kecko's cross comes in, and Ryden just a little bit of contact on Herrera. But Gurr and company still in action. Pirano's got his own moves. Pirano left side turning. Herrera, and it's stopped by Andrew Thomas. Just a bit of a tug in the back there by Kalen Ryden.
Really good play by this Sacramento Republic side. Coming down this right again. Christian Pirano just loves to square people up. Slides the ball into Herrera, what a turn. And Ryden does just enough to slow down any power that Herrera could accumulate in that shot. But what a beautiful turn that was from the striker.
Probably a goal-saving defensive play by Ryden there, as Bourgelin will try to get there before Danny Vidiello, and I don't know if Danny Vidiello got it. Will be a throw-in. He's just able just to clear it in front of that flag. It's not going to get any easier no matter who you're playing the rest of the way. There's teams just scraping and fighting, doing everything they can to either get in the playoffs or improve their positions. So while you look at Sacramento's schedule and you think, well, it's the easiest of what's left, it doesn't mean a whole lot. You can just see the energy this New Mexico team is putting out tonight. They know their season's going to be on the line every game from here on out. Here's Hernandez, his out-swinging ball, easy enough to Wheat, and now can Sacramento use this to their advantage? Kecko's trying to find Gurr, takes an awkward deflection. Two players are down, each one coming from the other team, and Bourgelin just a big turn and flop, and he's able to draw the foul.
And this is Armando Moreno straight away, gets on that ball, and Shane Wheat, Cullo flat-footed. Bourgelin puts it through his legs. I don't think he would have got it on the other side, but it doesn't matter. There was enough contact. Just puts it through the legs of Shane Wheat.
And Wheat made a little hip check there. Bourgelin sold it. Rivas apparently still down for New Mexico. And they will see the training staff come out and take a look. Really good look here for New Mexico. Adam, how do you defend this?
It's an interesting option they're going with. Austin Yearwood is the one who has it with his left foot, so you wouldn't imagine he'd be shooting from here. Kind of defies physics. I don't know. What am I looking for here? What science is this?
Really the worst possible angle. I mean, really logic in here, and you think you get one to dip toward, but maybe a little outswinger trying to get some of the bodies flying forward. And Bourgelin, obviously a big-time target, doesn't have a score yet for New Mexico, but looking for his.
Yeah, so it does, if it is Yearwood, you got to imagine they're going to cross it in. And that's a big job. Sebastian Herrera is the man who has the duty to try and stop that ball from getting past that front post. And it's good to see players are back on the feet. Sergio Rivas is limping a little bit. Almost like me walking up and down the bleachers earlier.
Man, it's
tried jogging for 5 minutes today. Now that's what I look like.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, well, I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, no,
that doesn't look good for Rivas here. That some activity now in New Mexico's bench, but he's going to have to come off either way. They'll take a further look at him, and whether or not he'll enter the game, we might see after this set piece for the United. This United team.
Connor Donovan's head getting a little treatment, the token treatment every game that Connor Donovan plays in.
Yeah, seriously, he's off. So two players now up, each team with a man down, as Rivas is still hobbling, and Connor Donovan is also pulled off the pitch. So here's Nicky Hernandez now to give Republic a different look. Will it be Yearwood who actually takes it? Well, to find out. It will be Yearwood curling this ball into the head of Felipe, who comes flying through the 6 to send it away, and it'll become a corner kick, and Rivas is hobbling back out onto the pitch for New Mexico.
A wicked ball in by Austin Yearwood. Luis Felipe does his job defensively, just puts it away. It's another set piece though for New Mexico United. And both sides of it, several tonight, neither really been able to test the goalkeepers though.
Storga, hard driven ball. This one's bouncing around the 18. Wheat's able to get a left foot on it. Both players coming together. Herrera, Austin Yearwood, quick touch. Rivas just tried to put it right back in, hope something would happen. Hernandez, right-footed strike, and it's going to miss way right.
It's another corner kick. That was a big deflection that one took.
Okay, looks like maybe Jack Gurr got a foot on it.
It might have been Nick Ross.
All right, well, there's a 3 minutes of stoppage time here in the first as New Mexico, with the most possession in consecutive moments they've had here. Nice play by Hernandez. You're right, it was Nick Ross. Another corner kick brought to you by Atlas Disposal. Coming out, here comes Danny Vitiello now on the run. He's gonna just throw it over the top into some space. Beautifully done, Keko. And it's just gonna take it off his leg as Orga.
You see, I don't know if Keko gets there, he doesn't really have anyone to help him. So maybe just keeping the ball in your hands there, Danny Vitiello, might have been a better option.
I like
just
it.
with the way the game.
I'm gonna counter what you just said. I like it. I like going for it. I like see if you can break something free. It was a beautiful throw.
It was a really nice thrown ball. I like the idea, but I think the momentum is kind of with New Mexico United here.
I'm with you. Don't turn it right back over, right? Kind of maybe keep possession here. See if you can go the other way. Defending quite a bit now. Sacramento in these last 5 minutes. Here's Rivas trying to just break the line to Moreno. Quick tap by Pirano. Here's Herrera. He's going to try to find Keko, but it's defended by Hamilton, but it'll end up a throw for Sacramento.
Might have been a foul throw by Keko there. I don't know. Oh,
it's off a
foul
hand
was
of
given.
Pirano.
Send this long one more time. Look for Borgelin. Second balls, really important for Sacramento that you remain solid defensively, and they have been pretty solid. That's easy enough for Danny Vitiello. And once again, this just goes to show you just how good the quality is in the USL Championship, especially in the West this year. This is New Mexico United side who come into this game in 10th position. And you've just seen the consistency hasn't been there for them this season, but you just see how dangerous they can be. El Paso Locomotive the other day almost snuck away with a 1-0 victory here in Sacramento.
Well, it's difficult to do. Only 2 goals allowed all season long in the first half at home here by the Sacramento Republic. Unfortunately, they were not able to get one themselves, so it is a scoreless draw as we head to the locker room through 45 minutes. Much more to come. Both teams, playoff implications on the line. You know it's going to continue to be a fight till the final moment in this one. Sacramento, New Mexico, more on the way. We have a Modelo halftime show coming up next.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex, plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
With SMUD rebates, you'll save big when you switch from this to this. This to this. Or this to that. Save money and save the planet for generations to come. Get rebates from SMUD on clean power appliances, electric vehicles, and much more at cleanpowercity.org.
The teleportation or super speed? Mine reading. I like to know ahead of time before I get there.
Just be able to fly, because I hate traffic. I would say
Tonight's halftime presentation is brought to you in part by Modelo, Red Hawk Resort and Casino, and by SMUD. And welcome inside Hart Health Park. Halftime, no score, Adam, but wide open match back and forth. I'm gonna catch my breath.
Yeah, you get 15 minutes, catch your breath. It's been a fun half. Neither goalkeeper really been challenged too much, but you just feel like there is goals in this game. Both sides need goals. They want the 3 points. It is a lot at stake. Different standings they're in, but I think we'll see some in the second half.
I think it's going to probably open up even further. Well, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, we chatted with some of the players and got their take and tell us why they're proud of their history and heritage.
What makes me proud of my heritage is everything. As a Mexican American, you get the best of both worlds, but it's definitely amazing to see the fight in my Mexican parents, who I get to have very close to me. And I think the biggest thing is just that fighting spirit of never giving up and pushing through all of the difficult moments.
I'm proud to be Mexican, mainly because of just like the family culture and just really caring about your loved ones and what they do in their life.
Lo que me da orgullo de ser venezolano es las ganas de seguir a triunfar, de seguir de hacer las cosas bien y que bueno, que nunca nos damos por vencidos. Y nada, de Venezuela también se conoce mucho las playas que son bonitas y es el país más bello del mundo.
I'm very proud to be a Brazilian. Brazil's a beautiful place. People are great out there, love the nature, love going back to visit, love everything about that country. I'm extremely proud to be a Brazilian.
My mom and dad are both some of the most hardworking people I know, as well as my grandparents, so I'll say we have that down. We're very hardworking.
Los paisajes, las playas, el carisma de la gente, la pasión que le ponemos a todo.
Estoy muy orgulloso de mi país, México, por muchas cosas. Tenemos raíces buenas, buena comida, buen tequila y la verdad que todo en México sabe mejor y tenemos muchos lugares muy bonitos al que pueden visitar y la gente sobre todo muy trabajadora, muy honesta y muy alegre.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
All right, fans, we had a little shoot for season 3 game. It's now back here for halftime. Now your fans who renewed for the 2024 season. They're hoping to win their season tickets and make a big target on that far right side. All right, first up is Dora. Go for it, Dora. You got it. Whenever you're ready. Come on, Dora. Ooh, ooh.
Fans enjoying the night in Sacramento on a Wednesday as fall is approaching. Cool night here in Sacramento. But those wearing shorts might be a little bit cooler later on, but that's all right. If they get a goal here for the Republic, they'll be feeling good and the temperature won't matter at all. So for the Sacramento Republic, Adam, the big one, opportunity to get 3 points. Obviously a lot on line. We'll get to show you the highlights of the first half and we'll get a little bit more analysis as we move forward. But before we do that, let's go around the league and talk about what's happening around the USL Championship these days as we take a look at the Golden Boot race. Albert Dequan and Danny Trejo all the way from pretty much nowhere. Both tied for 17. Russell Cicerone does have 13. And then Paul Blanchett, I don't know if anyone's going to catch him as save leader. I don't know if that's one you want to know, but he's at triple digits. Meanwhile, our own Danny Vidiello in the mix for the Golden Gloves with .84 allowed and only getting lower at the moment.
It is. It's another first half clean sheet for Danny Vitiello. A ton of those. And the Golden Boot race is going to be an interesting one. Arteaga as well, teammate of Danny Trejo up there.
And for the Western Conference standings, this is currently how it would shake out if Sacramento was to earn a draw tonight. So 54 points where they currently stand. Meanwhile, it's getting very interesting. Monterey Bay currently in 5th as they lead San Diego in that one. Phoenix also in action and they are currently tied. So a lot of interesting movement here in the last couple of weeks, and we've seen Phoenix Rising come all the way out of the playoff picture, surge into that top 4. This is how things would shake down if they were to start right now. We would take on the Oakland Roots right here, but it most likely looks the way things are gonna go. It could be most likely Oakland, the Switchbacks, or Monterey Bay here in Sacramento if we kind of take an average of what we've seen. But as you know, Adam, anything can happen.
It sure can, and I think every time we're going to show it, it's going to be a different team we're playing against. But yeah, it was El Paso the other day, Oakland today. We'll see this weekend who will be there.
So don't put your money down yet on where Sacramento will play, but hopefully there's that number 1 next to the Republic sign. That would be a big one. And obviously the race continues as Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, and Sacramento all vying for the number 1 overall seed. No score here in California as the Republic and the United will play another 45 to try to determine the winner here.
Listen up. Why do you do it? You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously? Caltrans is working right there. Right next to your speeding car. My mom is out there. That's my dad's truck. That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them. And be alert. How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert. Be work zone alert.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. a woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
Welcome back to Heart Health Park. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffett with you. Let's take a look at how the first half went down here in Sacramento. Both teams with some chances, but neither were able to really convert and really, as you said, test the goalkeeper. Here's the 18th minute, Lee Desmond, and we saw a lot of this from Sacramento coming from the right side.
There's a lot of it. Keko, Jack Gurr involved. It's just the final ball that's been comfortable enough for Andrew Thomas. And this was another ball. It was just kind of flicked on by Sebastian Herrera and goes over the comfortable enough in the end.
33rd minute, Keko and company again. And look at this from Christian Pirano. Just absolutely beautifully done. But again, at the end, Sacramento unable to do it. And Keko, no one there. They just couldn't break through. Meanwhile, this was the sort of the moment you felt like Sacramento was going to break through. Christian Pirano delivering another opportunity, and it's Herrera just not able to turn well enough. As Kalen Ryden, the last 5 minutes of that half, you saw New Mexico really show up, and it's where we find ourselves. The halftime stats, 7 shots to 4, but fairly even so far. You saw a lot of dangerous movement, middle chunk of the field, but at the end, the result for either team, it's got to be a little bit better.
It does, and I think that'll be something that spoke about at halftime, just a little more focus in the final third, execution, the timing of the runs, and then that final ball.
Well, that man, Christian Pirano, will be key for Sacramento. Absolutely dangerous. He's so good at tight spaces, and he showed his worth in the first 45 minutes. Republic getting together, have the final word before they meet. At the halfway line, New Mexico, no changes. Sacramento, no changes. Republic will head with the wind toward the Tower Bridge Battalion, the north stands. And it will be the United now heading in with maybe a little more tire legs into the breeze. Now, it's not a high gusty wind, but it's just enough to maybe slow you down a bit. And here's New Mexico. Rivas had a little bit of a knee issue early on, and Felipe with a step in, and he'll take his time getting up.
Maybe one of the quickest fouls I've seen to start a second half in a long time. 3 seconds, Luis Felipe caught Sergio Rivas.
Well, Sacramento all-time 4 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw over 7 matches. And the Republic have been good here, 2-1-1. So only 1 victory for New Mexico on the road. It's a team that struggled on the road this year, but they're going to need to find a way late in the season. This ball's played forward. Nick Ross, quick to Keko. Keko will peel away. Still high intensity, high pressure from this New Mexico side, trying to force turnovers. Nick Ross back, look Felipe, look a little bit more forward. Pirano plays it out wide. Jack Gurr collects, Jack Gurr delivers. Back post, maybe misplayed a bit by Astorga. Kecko right back into the mix. Here's Christian Pirano. Oh, just over the bar. That's not his strong suit, but he was waiting on the 6 and a good delivery from Kecko.
And it looked like Kecko had got his 8th assist of the season, and Christian Pirano knows he should have done better than that. It might not be his strong suit, but he really has to challenge Andrew Thomas in the goal. Kecko keeps it alive, just perfectly weighted ball. Just gets underneath it, Christian Pirano. And that is probably the best opportunity that they'll probably have had 2 minutes into the second half.
Ball bouncing favorably to Hernandez. Moreno unable to get there. This ball's played directly, and Ryland is able to get Yearwood. Feeling the pressure. Pirano double team with Herrera, and they'll send it all the way back to Andrew Thomas, who was drafted by the Seattle Sounders in 2021. Hamilton. New Mexico beating Indy 11, and Thomas made a big time stop on the penalty kick. Able to secure the win, 3-2. Going to build on it here. And they're a team that's been able to score in the second half. So for Sacramento, it's not a team that's going to give up any easily. Bourgelin, the intended target. Kecko's going to play it forward off the head of Pirano, using his pace now. Oh, he's flying through, and he's taken down from behind. And it's Hernandez who clips 22 Pirano. Herrera was flying along the right side, and this is going to be yellow and pretty dangerous. Adam, could it be more? And Pirano is holding that left knee as a very dangerous foul, and Hernandez shaking his head no, but pretty clear from this vantage point. Adam, what do you say?
Yeah, and you should get a yellow card for that. He's gone through the back of him, and I think the case they're trying to make is he does get the ball, Nicky Hernandez, as it's just popping around. I just love the intensity from Christian Pirano.
It looked a lot cleaner on the replay there, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why they were so upset. You can typically tell, but it is from behind. He does get some of the man as well. Just the explosiveness, though, from Christian Pirano, the way he took the ball with his chest right into his path, and he just commits people. He puts you in a really tough position.
And honestly, for Hernandez, a pretty good foul to draw. I mean, Herrera is probably in on goal there, and it's 1-0 Sacramento. Out wide quickly to Gurr. Moreno to cover. Wheat. Bourgelin applying pressure. That means Donovan will step up, try to break the line. This is where a dangerous turnover can occur. It's Rivas. Sacramento's going to need to try to come away with this ball here, and they'll do it. Herrera being pushed. Pirano again, almost an instant replay of what we saw a moment ago. Kecko right back to Pirano. Pirano skipping it to the left side to Tommy Villadair. Villadair's got a bit of a lane here. He'll elect to go back to Nick Ross. They love trying to work that right side tonight.
This is a really...
We've seen some fanciful dribbling here tonight, as this is Zico Bailey flying through. Moreno offside. Flag is up.
He was off. He tried to check his run, and then it finally gets played to him. And he's for sure off. Just going back, Nick Ross has been solid defensively. He was out for a while in that holding midfielder, allowing Luis Felipe to step a little bit higher. Really good on the ball. He's won possession back a lot of times as well for this Republic side. And Sacramento's been getting some success when the ball's been put up to Herrera like this, and then underneath, Pirano's able to get on it. And Herrera gets the free kick.
We'll see him holding Herrera there. And if you see what each of these coaches do, Eric Quill and Mark Briggs, and going to their bench. Greg Hurst, a pretty big target for New Mexico, but of course for Sacramento, they got Rodrigo Lopez, Russell Cicerone with 13 goals on the year. Probably determines what happens in the next 5 minutes or so. ball's clipped. Herrera tried to play it back to Keko, was brought down. Borgelin. Keko peeling off. This one's open for anyone at this moment. It's just back and forth. This one gets past Donovan, and Moreno's in the ground, and a late whistle comes as a foul awarded to New Mexico. They'll join us for an exciting afternoon to Heart Health Park as the Indomitable Club takes on Las Vegas Lights. It's Sunday, October 1st at 4 o'clock. It's not just a regular day, it's Youth Soccer Day, providing all kids come dressed in their youth soccer gear to celebrate the passion and dedication of youth soccer throughout the region. Tickets starting at $18. Villader dribbling all the way back here.
It's going the wrong way.
And a quick throw, and New Mexico has earned it. Borgelin getting a step on Donovan. Look at the battle there. Connor Donovan pointing the other way and earned it. Donovan's had quite the duty tonight, hasn't he? Big physical striker. And Schneider Borgelin.
He's done a really good job on him. Just getting his body in between, frustrating the striker. It can be hard work being that lone man up there. And Connor Donovan's definitely winning that battle so far.
Borgelin, you know, MLS experience, 13 appearances here, did score earlier this year for Inter Miami.
They got that other guy though, right? No, they got.
This ball's played out. I think Borgelin would like to play with number 10, wouldn't he?
Everyone would. What a treat that is.
He'd make you a goal scorer, wouldn't he? A proper goal scorer.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's maybe when he was younger.
There's Keko coming all the way to it. Mark Briggs talked about Keko and just the ability to really get things going. Meanwhile, Moreno takes it right away. Moreno working, slipping, falling, trying to find Borgelin. Stopped by Danny Vitiello. Big sigh of relief from the Republic there as Moreno just slipped a tad and allowed Sacramento to recover. And that's something they've scouted, is playing that cross a bit lazily. That's twice now. I talked about how great Shanley was, and then Keko. And on cue, they make a very untimely error. Here's another dangerous ball. Sacramento has got to tighten things up here, Adam.
Yeah, it's the New Mexico's tastes a little blood, right? They're ready to go.
It's a bit too soft. It's just almost a little new nonchalant. And Danny Vitiello saying, guys, what are we doing?
And you're looking at 55 minutes. Substitutes might come in, and I think Moreno has to hit this.
I think
he loses his foot in. And it's a really good stop in the end by Danny Vitiello down to his right. I don't think it was put far enough in the corner. But doing his job, Danny Vitiello, and I think he's just trying to rally the troops a little bit. It seems like things are going the way of New Mexico this last 5 minutes.
Well, for Sacramento this season, it's really a team that has not been broken down. It's usually they're scored against when they make a mistake, and so for the Republic, something they're going to want to get a hold of here. As the Republic now find themselves back chasing backward. Danny Vitiello. He's not going to let Zico Bailey get a touch on it. Finds Dami Villader. This is a aggressive press coming from New Mexico. There's got to be some openings, Adam.
Jack Kerr again is so wide on that right-hand side.
But look, you have Will Seymour coming up all the way from the back. Astorga and Ryden's the only one staying home, but they're trying to just push forward and see if they can make something happen. Zico Bailey finding Astorga in his debut with the New Mexico United. Moreno dribbling backwards, has it poked away by Felipe. Now Felipe and Pirano, the two-man game. Nicely done to play it forward, but well covered again by New Mexico. Pirano with the step, Pirano with the overstep. He's got Kecko to his right, Herrera to his left. He's got a wide open opportunity. Denied again by Will Seymour. United flying forward. New Mexico has an opportunity here. Not being picked up soon enough. Here's Hernandez. Cuts it back, and it's taken away by Nick Ross. And the whistle will finally come in to stop play. As the United player is on the ground. Adam, a great chance for Sacramento. And Will Seymour continues to get his foot in there. And he's a bit hobbled here, but a couple of really nice defensive stops.
Yeah, it's turned into a little bit of a track meet back and forth. Seymour's the one who initially blocks it, and then Kecko comes in, and there's nothing in that. I mean, he hurt himself, but there was no malice, no intent from Kecko. It was a really good body position Will Seymour put himself in, because if he didn't get that right, Sebastian Herrera's running through on goal. It is going to start opening up again. New Mexico United, this point doesn't do too much for them. I think they really need 3 points. So we are going to see a very open game, and we might see some subs coming in here soon too.
Well, the Republic, they're in. Just a few weeks left, the USL regular season. They've officially clinched the top 4 and finish in the Western Conference. Now online. For more information, get your pre-sale tickets for the playoffs. Herrera outstretched. Herrera still battling. Kalen Ryden just sitting home. Will Seymour taking a couple of chances, almost seeing if he can pick up. But now it's Moreno flying the other way. Felipe coming to bump him off his line. Moreno turned back to his right. Poked free. Jack Gurr is in there. And now back to Austin Yearwood. Yearwood searching. Republic looking to double. Pirano poking free. He has been fantastic. And a throw for the Republic, an opportunity to just maybe take a breath here at him. For Sacramento, even a point would put them 4 above San Antonio FC.
Which is great. 4 points ahead, 4 games left, but 6 is better. And when you have the opportunity to get 6, and all you have to do is get a win at home, you'd fancy them to get it done. There's still plenty of time left in this for Republic.
And United continue to swarm. You know, they're fighting to see if they can get a goal now and maybe sit back the rest of the way. Meanwhile, Republic in transition. Kecko waiting for it. This one takes a deflection and into the arms of Andrew Thomas, who's had a pretty easy night.
It's not enough in the box. You see Jack Gurr, he's just going, he's right in trying to cross the ball in, but it's only Sebastian Herrera, and you get 4 defenders for New Mexico. Maybe some tired legs from the players in support. Dami Villader done a lot of running up and down this left-hand side.
A couple of changes will be coming, likely for both teams here, as we have reached the hour mark. Donovan, Villader. Heading forward is Felipe, looking for Herrera. Look at this battle again, Will Seymour. The highlight of the night. Bourgelin able to keep this in play, and Villader will try to use his pace. Played back to Zico Bailey. Zico Bailey can't keep it at his feet. And Villader will send it up the pitch. Kecko with a bit of nice theatrics, and Herrera continues the play. Pirano is chopped down. Yearwood can't keep him down. Pirano flying. Jack Gurr on the right wing. Gurr will cross it in. Denied on the right by Ryden. Sends it again. Nobody home. Will Seymour release Felipe. Wide open. Felipe's shot. And it takes a deflection off of Sam Hamilton and will end up a corner kick. The threat was real. And again, Kalen Ryden, so big in the 3-0 victory earlier in the summer, comes up big on that play one more time.
That was a lovely play from Kecko. A little flick over his head. Herrera as well, flicking it onto him. And you think maybe for a second Jack Gurr was going to get the opportunity, if it was played right, to get a shot on goal.
Crowd's feeling it here. They got their hands up, their feet stomping on the bleachers. Kecko delivering. It's in the box. It was Donovan who got a foot to it. Now it's Moreno, and Nick Ross and Moreno would have been wide open going on 1v1. Meanwhile, it's Sacramento the other way. Pirano dancing through, trying to slip it the other way, and New Mexico looking to counter Moreno in the center of the park again. Connor Donovan slows him a bit. Zico Bailey, the newest members of the United. Astorga, the El Paso native. Prod was hungry for a look there by Sacramento on the corner kick.
It was New Mexico had the best chance there. If Amanda Moreno gets that ball past Nick Ross, he is through. He's got the whole half to go straight at Danny Vitiello unchallenged, which is a little bit worrisome that he's left that exposed, and Nick Ross got it right.
Now substitutions coming for Sacramento. Russell Cicerone and Rodrigo Lopez.
I like to see that.
Quick touch. Tommy Villader. Zico Bailey. Able to get low on it, sends it out of play and allows Sacramento to make a change. So Keko out of the match. Another great night for number 7. And Rodrigo Lopez will come in to replace him. And what a great 1-for-1. We saw Keko coming for Roro, now Roro in for Keko. I mean, if you're talking about those kind of substitutions, you got to feel pretty good. Meanwhile, Sebastian Herrera comes out and Russell Cicerone is in. Now, mind you, this is also thinking about Saturday as Sacramento go on the road to Colorado Springs in the altitude, one of the tougher places to play in the USL Championship. Meanwhile, Pirano, who has been all over the pitch tonight, stays into the game.
Offside Cicerone as that ball was played.
Urid had him on. No? All right.
Yeah, he was just offside. It was coming back the way.
Either way, the flag goes up, and United here. No score, hour plus in. It's been a high-octane match. Both teams with some brilliant footwork throughout this match, but neither able to find a goal. Both have had looks. Russell Cicerone bringing all kinds of new energy to this one. It'll mean a different look for Will Seymour. Herrera much more of a hold-up striker. Zico Bailey taking it forward. Zico Bailey's going to cross this one, looking for Moreno, just a bit too high, and it will slowly make its way to the other side of the pitch.
And Cicerone a little bit different from Sebastian Herrera, and doesn't possess that same ability as holding the ball up. He's doing it right there. But similar to Keko, Rodrigo Lopez needs that ball at his feet, and he's going to move around to get it. He's on the left right now.
How about that? I mean, what a different look it means for defensively. Astorga taking on a legend, and Rodrigo Lopez. Pirano being held from behind. Pirano staying on his feet. He's so good at it. Hard to keep him down. He's going to try to take a big swing at it, but it's a denial again by this back line for New Mexico. It is incredible how he is able to stay on his feet, Adam.
You just think he's going down, and even a couple of times he's been on the ground, and how quickly he's got up and been able to do a little skill and get away from. Just a fantastic low center of gravity. Even here, the two bodies in there, stays with it. And I think the fans have got a new favorite player out here tonight.
Well, it's that type of player. Obviously, style, you can only be as quick as probably what your genetics will allow, but it's the work ethic there. That's sort of the weight room stuff you don't see that allows that strength. Moreno should have been flagged offside there, and maybe we keeping him just on. Hernandez will take it to the left edge here, and a foul is given as he runs into Jack Gurr. This gives us a moment to hear from our sponsor at the Office of Traffic Safety.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Set piece for the United. 2 substitutions have been made so far. Russell Cicerone and Rodrigo Lopez coming into the match for Sebastian Herrera and Keko. None for New Mexico, but there is movement. And Greg Hurst might be making his appearance quite soon. This ball's driven well. Tommy Villader looking up the field. He'll cut it in. Kalen Ryden way out of position. So Dami Villader, and this one's gonna fall to Wheat.
Cicerone's wide open.
Here's Gurr. Can he find him? Sending the cross in a bit late. Nick Ross doing all that he can to keep it alive for Sacramento. Dami Villader. Out to Felipe. 6 goals on the season. Here's Pirano. Gets through. Bailey. Nutmeg. Villader. Just away from goal. Couldn't find target there. You've got to land it. And Christian Pirano doing things that only many can dream of. Look at this, Adam Moffat through the legs.
Through the legs of Bailey, and Villader just drags his shot wide with the right foot. And very similar to the shot that Amanda Moreno took in the first half. Well, that was a great chance again, and it's that man Pirano. A lot has come through him tonight. And I'm sure he's starting to get tired as well. And as Mark Briggs has maybe got a decision to make, does he, much more longer does he play him? He hasn't played 90 minutes in a long, long time.
Borgelin, Connor Donovan, and Connor Donovan will receive a booking here.
And just caught wrong side. Borgelin, good turn.
The Apex is now open. Red Hawk Resort Casino with go-karts, bowling, games, and more. Red Hawk Resort Casino, the official casino partner of Sacramento Republic FC. So Borgelin is out, and Greg Hurst is coming into the game. Greg Hurst, 2 goals on the year. Scotsman. Spent last year with Phoenix Rising. There's only 2 goals coming in a brace against Orange County in a 3-1 victory. So fresh legs for Eric Quill's side. New Mexico will take it inside the circle. 70 minutes upon us. Yearwood. Lopez and Cicerone trying to play to each other here, and working backwards is Rivas. Ball bouncing favorably. Gerst with his first touch, unable to stay on his feet. This is just a pinball match right now, isn't it? It's just hard to find any kind of space. And Shane Wheat, Pirano's taken down. I don't know if we've seen quite a match like this. Have we, Adam, this year? It's just constant pressure, guys dribbling in tight spaces, and you get a little action here wide, but not much.
No, it's been a strange game.
Roro not being picked up yet, and allow him to operate. Now Sacramento might take a little bit of moment to collect themselves and hold the possession here, but you see as soon as that happens, the New Mexico pressure comes quickly. Jacker along this right side. He's got Roro in the middle. He's going to go to Pirano on the right. Pirano battling. Pirano trying to play it off, and New Mexico will see a goal kick here. This is Andrew Thomas's opportunity, trying to come back after allowing 2 goals against Indy 11. He's held Sacramento scoreless so far tonight. But Kalen Ryden, again, has been big, and Will Seymour, to his credit, really causing fits for Sebastian Herrera tonight. marking him one-on-one. Zico Bailey looking for a turn. Dami Vidair pushing him to the sideline and backwards, and can't keep it at his feet, and Rodrigo Lopez quickly in for Sacramento. Pirano over the top, Cicerone, and he's offside. And just a hair offside, took a step early. Will Seymour stepping up again, just timed it perfectly. Otherwise, it's in on goal. Russell Cicerone has number 14. Mistake.
Really close. And I love the idea. The ball around the corner and Cicerone running through.
Combination here. Swarm of yellow jackets, but Sacramento keeps it. Nick Ross, first step forward. Moreno's going to play this forward to Greg Hurst, and Lee Desmond's able to get there. Here comes Danny Vitiello just near the line to make a play. Greg Hurst able to get in from behind and almost make a play. And Lee Desmond, nervy moments, both sides here.
Hurst straight away as Moreno got that. Just made that run in behind, trying to get between Connor Donovan and Lee Desmond, and Lee Desmond tracks it so well. That was a really good ball. And Danny Vitiello alert off his line. And yeah, nothing there. Greg Hurst going for the ball.
Pirano along the edge, trying to make a move, works it inside. Hernandez.
There's no need to foul there.
And Pirano just a bit frustrated. This gives us a moment to hear from our sponsor at US Bank.
Oh, hey, how's business?
Great. That loan has really worked wonders.
That's what US Bank is for.
And you're growing in California.
Yep, SoCal, NorCal, Monterey, all day. Anaheim, big time.
US Bank ranked #1 in customer satisfaction with retail banking in California by J.D. Power.
Viadair. Seymour again. Hamilton, Ryden, and Seymour formed quite a bit of a triangle there defensively, allowing the rest of the team to get forward. Sacramento's had some chances to break three. It's behind Cicerone, who was expecting Pirano just to dribble upfield. Peeling off. Played over the top. Wheat. Gurr. Moreno circling around, finding Rivas. Rivas is sent away by Danny Vitiello. Fantastic strike from New Mexico, and it's a corner kick.
What a hit that was by Sergio Rivas. He's driving through the middle of the park. Just catches that on the half volley. Danny Vitiello just pushing it wide of his post. It was a good save from him. Had to be alert. Sometimes with those the goalkeepers aren't set when it's hit from so far up.
Big moment here for New Mexico. 75th minute in Sacramento. Neither team has been able to find a goal. This ball's dropped low, easy enough for Desmond. Meanwhile, Sacramento's Zico Lewis getting ready to come into the game.
That might be for Christian Pirano, who's given it everything he's got tonight. He's been the most dangerous player on the field by far. But you can see a little fatigue creeping in.
Sacramento finding Cicerone here. His last two matches, they sure felt like playoff games, haven't they, had them already? It's just the intensity so much higher. Zico Lewis, or excuse me, Zico Bailey.
Passing it to Zico Lewis.
Right there. Lee Desmond's going to send Jack Gurr into some space. Gurr is onside. Yearwood's tracking Gurr to his left foot. Gurr will send it. It's just over the crossbar. Pirano, Roro, and Cicerone were flying down the pitch as well, and he decided to take it himself.
And he wasn't far away, Jack Gurr. We've seen him score with that left foot before, but what a pass from Lee Desmond. And that's Jack Gurr's been getting in those positions all night, and the ball hasn't really made its way to him. A little bit more on it, and he's able to take that ball forward, but what a ball, Desmond, and well, not far away.
New Mexico sort of picking up the runners instead of Jack Gurr, but this is now an opportunity. Zico Lewis, the newest father of the bunch. Congratulations to him, having a baby earlier this week. And now an opportunity to make a difference. 3 goals, 2 assists on the year, and really was great in August, wasn't he?
He really picked it up. The best we've seen Zico Lewis in his time, in his 2 seasons here with this Republic side. And he has a chance. A lot of these players have got to be looking and thinking, you know, at this time of the season, I want to be playing as much as possible, and there's competition for spots. And he has 15, probably 15 plus minutes to try and prove that he deserves more minutes. And it's kind of what you want to see from players when you put them in.
Well, it's interesting how many more opportunities now with guys healthy. Sacramento has some likes for like, don't they? I mean, you go Keko and Roro type, and you look at Zico Lewis and Pirano. Dami Villader currently being held by Astorga. This one's going to be sent in but denied as Astorga is able to play it well enough. And it'll be a corner kick for Sacramento, and one of the most dangerous set piece takers in all the USL Championship. It's Rodrigo Lopez. Crowd into it tonight, a Wednesday night in September. The playoffs on the horizon. The Republic have clinched. New Mexico seeking to get in. Roro delivering. Republic opportunity bouncing, and Moreno is able to clear. Danny Vidiello with a rocket to the left side over the head of Zico Lewis. And Rodrigo Lopez is saying, let's make the easy one here. Shane Wheat, Moreno was knocking Monterrey up 2-1 over San Diego in the 79th minute. Phoenix and Indy 11 still scoreless. Memphis and Birmingham 1-1, and Miami taking it over a 4-3 win over Louis City. Here's Moreno. Moreno's got a step, plays it to Bailey. Zico Bailey. And the last touch by Lee Desmond. A corner kick for New Mexico, who's starting to look a bit tired out there. And they've got a busy week, but they're very aware of their circumstance.
And a point here tonight would maybe do their confidence well, but they really need 3 points.
For Sacramento, if they drew it up, they probably would love to get 3 points here and would take a point on the road against Colorado Springs. But as we know from just a few nights ago, Sacramento will play to the final whistle, getting a 94th minute goal from Luis Felipe. Earlier in the night, Sebastian Herrera's penalty kick was stopped. And Luis Felipe just coming in a little bit late. Well, Elk Grove Charter School, they believe nobody succeeds alone. Come see what a flexible education can do for your student. Now accepting applications for the school year and beyond. 80th plus minute here in Sacramento, no score. Sacramento was just flying out of the gate in the season, weren't they? I mean, things have changed a little bit too. Teams are not as open. They're hunkering down a little bit more, and the details matter. And Mark Briggs talked about, you know, you might find yourself 3-4 goals earlier in the year. It's going to be much harder to come by toward the end of the season, especially in low-scoring tight games here. This one is Shane Wheat, and he's not able to get there, but United are, and they're going to right back in the mix. Felipe trying to play to Roro, and Bailey is able to find a teammate in Seymour.
I think the complexion of these games at Howard Health Park change. If Republic are able to get an early goal, that should be comfortable enough for the goalkeeper. If Republic are able to take some of those chances and opportunities they had in the first half, then that's when they were able to add. But the longer the games go, the longer they stay at 0-0, it does become a lot harder because teams just bunker in. And it looked like tonight was maybe that night that we're going to get off to that fast start.
Roro trying to find Jack Gurr. Moving freely in the middle of the park here. Zico Lewis and Russell Cicerone defending. Zico coming into sub just a few minutes ago. Well, you could see tonight maybe some of the fans wearing the capes tonight. It's all to drive awareness for childhood cancer. Design features Fritz Stark and children currently undergoing treatment. Game Award kits will be auctioned off to support the Super Fritz and Friends Fund. Well, here is a substitution. Probably a good sign for Sacramento fans is Armando Moreno's night is over.
He's a dangerous player. Didn't quite have the same influence as he did down in New Mexico.
Well, Jacobo Reyes, the youngster out of Texas, is into the match. Also dangerous. United. A little direct ball here. Easy enough for Danny Vidiello.
This is the kind of game that Sacramento just misses. Luther Archmed can get injured on international duty. Just been able to bring him and the energy he has towards the end of the game. Oh, Zico Lewis didn't know much about that. Just got flicked right onto his head.
Bailey looking, turning. Hernandez going to cut it back. Hurst is going to try to turn and unable to do so. Can Sacramento now take advantage of this? Cicerone's out wide. Ryden again cutting it off.
And that's where you miss no one in the middle. It was both players looking to go wide.
Mark Briggs is trying to ask what happened. Bailey and this United team going into the win. A good step from Felipe. Looking back, Zico Bailey tried to draw the foul from the official. Won't get it. Bailey still on the ground. They'll play it centrally. Nick Ross. Bailey looks up, seeing if he'll get any kind of help here. And Sacramento is up in arms about it.
Because he's going to be straight back up. Zico Bailey, he just overran it. Luis Felipe stepped in. There was no foul, maybe a little bit of contact afterwards. But I still don't understand. Unless there's a head injury, I don't understand why the referee's stopping the game. And he just fell over.
No one touched him.
Yeah.
Man. I think it would have worse it, I guess, if the foul would have been given. And here comes a yellow card to the bench.
Might have been Mark Briggs that got that one.
He has a right to be upset. And Bailey sold it and slowed that whole transition down for Sacramento. And now they'll continue this high press with Hirsch Rivas and others coming up top. Donovan. He's going to try to break the line. It does, finding Dami Villader. Villader has 3 yellow jerseys around him. But Felipe is able to get to some tight space himself. Seymour battling. Hernandez, look at this, flying forward. Cicerone is just trying to play that ball forward, and now it's Jack Gurr. He has a step. Seymour will look to come to him, but it's out to Rodrigo Lopez instead. Roro, a big opportunity there, and Yerwa just gets a face on it.
And they had numbers in the box. Sacramento, Luis Felipe made a great run. He's the player a lot of people will be watching on these crosses. He's showing that he can get on the end of them.
Villader, good step. New Mexico has just gotten their feet in just about every ball tonight. At the moment that they've needed it, the public have threatened and time again. Zico Lewis plays it out to Roro. Lopez to Wheat. Wheat's going to try to find a streaking Nick Ross. Not a bad idea. Andrew Thomas will pick it up. 4 minutes plus stoppage time in Sacramento. No score between the United and the Republic. The teams hovering below the Republic and those on the East Coast watching this one. Especially Pittsburgh, they're going to be feeling pretty good about where they are. This ends in a scoreless draw. Hamilton plays it back. Thomas will send it forward into the wind.
And the tiebreaker for determining who is going to host the championship final if the teams are tied on points is obviously head-to-head. Sacramento tied with Tampa, they tied with Pittsburgh. Then it goes to total wins. So that would obviously not getting the victory tonight for the Republic would definitely put that in the favor of Pittsburgh and Tampa, who've won more games.
And then if you get into goal differential, Sacramento would have an advantage there, but it's a long way to go. This is a good opportunity for New Mexico, who can't play it forward in the field, and so it'll be a throw in. Nick Ross looks gassed tonight, doesn't he? He's had to do a lot of extra work trying to play it forward. Roro. As Jacobo Reyes. 142 appearances at Liga MX and CF Monterrey. Solid signing for this club. Luis Felipe has been dangerous. Seeing more of his signature step-ins, haven't we? An opportunity to pounce. Felipe doesn't have numbers. Felipe just trying to give it a run. It nearly goes in. Last touched by New Mexico, and Will Seymour again may have just gotten enough on it.
And he had no help, Luis Felipe, so he drives forward and he does the right thing. He takes a shot. And the deflection almost has it creeping into the near post of Andrew Thomas's goal. It will be another corner kick yet again for this Republic side.
I don't know if that Will Seymour's leg there, that might have hopped over the arms of Andrew Thomas. This ball's driven well. Cicerone's onto it, and it doesn't go the direction he had hoped, and it'll come back for Sacramento.
Those are sometimes like optical illusions. Almost like from our angle right here, it looked like that was going to the back of the net, and a lot of the fans around us thought the same.
Video looking for Roro.
That's not what he wants. He doesn't want that ball played up to his head there, Roro.
United running out of options there, and it falls out of play. Sacramento threatening again late. Zeke Lewis with a step. Lewis moving forward. Lewis trying to get past that last line. And Kalen Ryden again, who has come up in back-to-back games against Sacramento in some really big opportunities where he's needed to be. It's been right there. 4 minutes of stoppage time in this one.
I remember seeing that a few nights ago here, Sacramento, that 4-minute board get put up. And it's not quite over. A few fans leaving the stadium. They must not have saw the game the other day.
Luis Felipe shown a caution.
That's maybe it's the descent.
Yeah, I think so.
There, but it's not a foul, so I understand why he's frustrated. He's just gone straight up.
Wheat showing his aerial ability. Cicerone finds it at his feet. Roro's going to send it forward. Zico Lewis wasn't onside. He had to peel away. Andrew Thomas at his feet. A couple of minutes left here. Storga, his first start for the United. He's handled himself well in a very interesting game, to say the least. Villader. And Hurst has nothing to show for that effort. Lee Desmond. This United team, you know they're going to try to give it everything they can these final 2 minutes here. Can Sacramento find an opportunity themselves? Shane Wheat trying to break lines. He goes to the right instead. Cicerone's asking for it. Russell's going to cross it. Roro was there. And again, Will Seymour. Seymour and Ryden have played fantastic tonight for the United. Firstly, on the other side, Connor Donovan has put in a heck of a shift.
And Sacramento just going to try and get someone open and get a cross in the box.
Here's Roro. Roro
Luis
takes one
Felipe's
more
coming
touch. Opportunity, and it's Andrew Thomas.
A little bit more on that cross from Roro, and you've got Luis Felipe going up against Zico Bailey. I know I'd fancy the Brazilian to win that. Joel.
Sacramento 54 points. Mexico at 36. Maybe one more minute here in Sacramento for one of these teams to maybe find a late goal. We saw it on Saturday night. Luis Felipe from Keko, the game winner. This one's played forward. Russell Cicerone. He's going to wait for it. He's being held. He's just going to try to send it.
Trying to get a corner kick. And it doesn't come off. Will Seymour. And you think that might be it. Andrew Thomas is going to take as long.
Well, the problem is for New Mexico, I know that you get at least a point, but I don't know if this does much for you. For Sacramento, you remain in first place. This is headed forward. Zico Lewis, he's onside, as is Roro right behind him. Sends it across. Here's a chance for Russell Cicerone. And again, a defender for New Mexico comes up big. Yearwood makes the denial, and there is the whistle. And so Sacramento will have a point. United will go to Pittsburgh with another point in hand. They go to 37 points on the year. Sacramento 55. They remain atop of the Western Conference. What a match here. Sacramento tonight. Either team with a look to win it, and Russell Cicerone almost doing just that. But there is our man who had the biggest impact of all, Christian Pirano.
So dangerous. It's fun to see him in this extended role. 75+ minutes in under his belt. And he can continue to build on that, limping a little bit. He took a lot of hits. I mean, he's just a guy who's gonna, the way he plays, he's gonna get a lot of that. But I think frustration for Sacramento wasn't. It was a great chance to create 6 points separation between them and San Antonio, and just unable to get that final piece.
Third clean sheet. So Sacramento defensively still allowing only 22 goals on the season. As we head to the final four of the year, we'll have your final highlights and more coming up after this.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex, plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Thank you for spending your evening here with us at Hart Hill Park, and we will see you Sunday, October 1st at 4 p.m. Go Republic!
draw here in Sacramento. Republic United unable to get on the board. Each will take home a point. Let's take a look at our highlights here. A lot of action, Adam, but just not a lot of goals. Expected, probably that's what we would see from a game like this. Open, aggressive, some good goal scorers on each side. Wasn't the case, but we had some good looks like this.
Yeah, 33rd minute, and there was a lot like this. Christian Pirano, the ball to Keko, and he's just trying to square it to Sebastian Herrera at the back post, just gets it wrong, right into the goalkeeper's hands. And then the 40th minute, Christian Pirano involved. What a turn by Herrera. Maybe could have hit it a little bit earlier, takes an extra step and kind of gets caught under his feet. And then into the second half.
Pirano brilliant though, wasn't he? He just unbelievable. Gets through Bailey, and then Villader nearly puts this home. You got to find target there, I think. That Dami Villader might be the game-winning goal. Sacramento not done yet. Still some good looks and opportunities, and Jacker flying through. And everyone just sort of able to pick up a man. And tell you what, New Mexico, even though they were aggressive, they had pressed, they were pushing forward, they were able to get back and just make that defensive timely stop. And oh, you know what? This is exactly the story of the game, about as even as you could be.
Yep. It was a very, very even game, and they could have, both teams had a couple of chances. They could have gone either way, but yeah.
Well, on the road, both of these teams will go. Sacramento heading to Colorado Springs on Saturday, 5 o'clock kick local time. And 2 more at home for the end of the season. Meanwhile, it'll be the United taking on Pittsburgh on the road, and maybe the United can do some damage there, and this becomes even a bit more interesting. Republic, pretty favorable end of the schedule here, though, but they've got to pick up some wins, and here is our power image of the match, Danny Vidiello. It's a big stops tonight.
He did have a few fantastic saves.
So for Sacramento, they'll earn the point, move to 35 on the year, remain in first place. United still below the playoff line. So both these teams, they know it is crunch time, the final couple of weeks, the 2023 season. Thank our entire crew here in Sacramento. For our producer, Ava Ponte, for Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. Hope a great rest of your week, and we'll see you Saturday at 5 o'clock.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
And now he's drawn his second foul tonight, too. And a booking has been shown. Maybe too many.
Take it from the playoffs from here. You probably think they're one of the hottest teams. They're 4 points out of it right now. They're playing the 2 top teams in the whole league. Phoenix is one of the hottest teams, and Keiko might find himself with a yellow here. He does. Take it from the playoffs from here. You probably think they're one of the hottest teams. They're 4 points out of it right now. They're playing the 2 top teams in the whole league. Phoenix is one of the hottest teams, and Keiko might find himself